Kundalini and higher energies of the Himalayas. This is what I have been telling you, what Kundalini wants. First, have the feel of this place. This is a natural source of water. It is extracted from the natural and it is ice cold right now. But even if it is ice cold, touching this water activates your vagus nerve, because this ice cold water makes your nervous system come out of freeze mode. Isn't this a great way to come out of the freeze mode of Kundalini? Also, I am at a height of about 2000 plus meter above the sea level, and this is almost the top of the Himalayan region where the green zone is in abundance. Have a feel of the entire panoramic view of this entire place, and I will guide you why you need to be in this zone, why you need to trek in this zone to feel your Kundalini yourself. I have been getting jerks like this, and let me tell you, it has been continuous, and that is why I thought that I should express to you the moment it is happening to me. Yeah, this kind of jerks and shaking is happening because Kundalini got the prana and it is now ascending higher. This means that whatever reason in powerful people in any part of your journey during the total life process of evolution, Kundalini needs highest quality of divine energies of the Himalayas, and I have exposed myself to these divine energies, the ancient energies, the stored energy of the Himalayas, and she has got what she wanted, and now she is like a rocket ascending up. What I will get through this process? Integration. I will get integration of my consciousness, my Kundalini, my brain power will improve because of the primitive brain getting activated here. When I walk through this dense forest, the primitive brain gets its food from the oils released by this natural diversity of vegetation here. The mosses of this kind, I am sure you have never seen it before. You must have seen the lower mosses at many places. These kind of mosses you have seen at many places. But see the kind of vegetation coming out of these mosses, and it is of a totally different quality. Listen to the silence without any noise reduction. You don't need any noise reduction to reduce the background noise, because there is no background noise. There is silence, there is peace, there is life, and everything is so natural here, kept as it is. Not a single human interference is seen. You can see the staircases made from natural rocks, and it feels these are actually natural rocks. No cement is used here, and that is why the negative ions are in abundance here. The prana is in abundance, the oxygen is in abundance. At this height it is getting colder, but I am not feeling that much cold because of vasodilation that has happened due to trekking from that distance. And I will trek along this path. You can trek with me, have a feel of this place. And yes, most importantly, the Ganga Tulsi, found in abundance in this region. You can have a look from the tree itself, and then I will show you how it works, how it functions. In the Greater Himalayas, means this is the foothills of the Greater Himalayas, the snow-peaked mountains. So this is almost the foothills. At the foothills you will find this kind of Ganga Tulsi, which are rich in natural oils that clears your nasal cavity and it increases vasodilation. When you crush these leaves, in local language in Nepal it is called pati, but it is used for many purposes. When you crush this, it works like eucalyptus or the nose cleanser that you use, it is rich in oxygen. This means that when you inhale this, the oxygenation in your blood improves, the heart rate improves. So there are two things that will happen to you when you are in this region, and what Kundalini wants. Vasodilation will happen due to movement of your body, and more you move, more carbon dioxide will be released in your bloodstream, and nitric oxide will also be released in your bloodstream. These two are great vasodilator. And next thing, after vasodilation, what happens when you inhale this, or even if you don't inhale but you do the breathing naturally where your respiratory centers are open, you are able to inhale fresh oxygen, fresh prana that goes directly into your bloodstream, and the exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen starts taking place in all your cells. My body has become so much lighter, the energy channels have opened up, and Kundalini has started moving around my energy channels, just giving me jerks and shakes like this, and it is increasing as I am ascending higher in height. So what preparation do you need to do such kind of trekking or climbing to the greater Himalayas? First of all, you need to walk every day wherever you are. In nature, you can walk, have a practice of 3 to 4 hours of walking, 7 to 8 kilometers of walking every day, and start taking sip by sip water as you walk. This is first thing. Second thing is that you should keep some nuts and raisins, a combination of dry fruits, and keep eating little. You should not eat anything heavy. You can have a banana or an apple or any fruit that is digestive to you, but you should be not eating heavy in the morning. You can drink little tea, have a bread or something like this, and start the walk by 10 a.m. itself when the sun is shining. Today the sun was shining when I started the journey, but almost after 3 to 4 hours of walk now, the sun is hidden because it is rainy season. Also, most important about this area is that it is a rainforest, and this rainforest is extremely important for Kundalini to progress because of the highest quality of prana found in abundance in rainforest. Next is, while you are walking, you should have the practice of controlling your urination. This means that in such places you will not get toilets. You have to control your urination for at least 1-2 hours at least, and if the emergency arises, then you have to be ready to pee in the jungle naturally, instinctively. That is the last option. But if you do the practice of controlling your urination, then your pelvic muscles are actually strongly built up. And another tip and another secret for such kind of preparation is start taking raw garlic and ginger soup. Raw garlic or ginger soup means you can boil it in water, you can have it regularly, or you can take raw garlic and raw ginger, because of two important benefits that these combination of this give. That is, they both are build up your immunity. Ginger is for immunity build up, garlic is also for your immunity build up, and most important, garlic actually thins your is a blood thinner. This means that your blood needs to be thin if you want to climb higher. If your blood is thicker, blood becomes thicker when your cells do not get oxygen. This means that your blood is not carrying the oxygen from the lungs, it is not getting exchanged with carbon dioxide, and when the blood becomes thicker, it becomes difficult for you to climb to such height. But when you are climbing higher, if your blood is thinner because of vasodilation which is happening due to intake of garlic over a period of time, you will not feel the pressure of climbing so high. Right now here the oxygen level is not that great, the prana level is due to the abundance of trees, but as we ascend high up, as we ascend to a higher altitude, the oxygen level drops. So you need to know that not all the places which are rich in oxygen have high volume of prana, and vice versa. You have to know that how your body responds. And the last secret is, when you climb to such height, you have to be happy, joyful, adventurous, ready to take the challenges, and you should know that you are not going to gain anything out of this trek, out of this climb. You are going to be nothing. You will actually become nothing, and you will feel that you have become egoless. As I feel now, I feel oneness with this nature. I feel that there is abundance of life here. Each life is sprouting here, and it is in abundance. You don't have to struggle for your existence. You don't have to struggle for your space. You don't have to struggle for your attention. You don't have to pay attention to anyone. And neither any tree, any plant, any rock, any sand, or anything in nature, any bird, any creature is seeking your attention. And that is why you get the highest of the highest benefits of becoming nothing, and you can experience the witness consciousness which is in everything. Everything is one consciousness, one energy, and everything is actually aiding your progress in the ascension journey towards freedom. You will feel that it is so much calmer to breathe, and if you want to feel expansive, then expand like this. Expand your spine, and Kundalini will ascend in you. I just made the highway of the Kundalini possible through my posture, and this is what is happening. This is what is happening. It is just the involuntary kriya that you are seeing is done by Kundalini to integrate in my system. No guru in the universe has ever done this, what I am doing for you. No guru has ever shown you what happens when Kundalini is in its highest state. I am doing it for you. What is your reason to not expose yourself to this? This is all happening. My energy channels are becoming ready to be the most powerful guru in the world, in the universe, ever born. Till today, everything was kept secret from you. Why? Because nobody had the courage, boldness to create the powerful you. I want to create the powerful you through your process. There is no competition. I am already the universe. I am already this earth. I am already this energy field. What do I need? This live Kundalini working in me. This will not happen on the top of the Mount Everest, because there is no oxygen on the Mount Everest. Kundalini needs oxygen, prana, higher divine energies of the Himalayas. This I have been telling you time and again, and this is what the beauty of this journey is. I got what I wanted, and the sun is little bit shining on me. Get up, get out of your home and stop complaining. Just take action. It works. Bye-bye. I am this.